everyone, this is Mary from SVG Cuts, and I'm here in my studio with some brand new Halloween projects that I'm really excited about. And lately I've been seeing a lot of really cool apothecary jars in like Michael's and Joann for sale that you can just use to decorate around the house for Halloween. So I wanted to make my own version, and I had a lot of fun making these. And I cut them out of mostly black cardstock, and then I inked the edges of them with a light brown ink pad to add some distress and dimension and make them look kind of grungy and really cool. So I had a lot of fun embellishing them with, I got this chain here at Michael's. It's plastic and it's in the like kids jewelry section, and I thought that added a really nice touch, as well as this cute little spider bling thing here, which is a Martha Stewart sticker. So I made two different sizes, and I glued this cute little crow on here, and they're just super fun. You can use them as just decoration around the house, or you could fill them up with goodies and give them to someone special. And then we also have our cute little witch shoe here, which is definitely delightful for whoever you make it for and give it to. And just fill it up with some candies, and you add your little buckle, and it's super cute and super fun. So I definitely also want to make a like sexy shoe someday, so stay tuned for that too. So we also have our little card here, which is a gatefold card, which means it opens up like a kind of like a gate a little bit, and it's just decorated with some nice elegant decorations here. I had fun with that, and this time I tried to keep it really elegant yet spooky. So that's the look we're going for here. Finally, we have our scrapbook page, which you can add to your ever-growing collection of really cool scrapbook pages. And the cool thing about it is you can get as creative as you want and change it up, or you can make it just like I've designed it. Just let your machine do the cutting and pick out your paper. So the cool thing about the photos being shaped as they are is that you cut this out with your machine, and then you use it on top of your photo to place it where you want it. You put it on your mat, and then you let your machine cut it out in the perfect shape exactly where you want it. So if you want to see a how-to video that's real specific about all the steps, you can click here and it'll take you to another video that we have about that. So the paper that I used is super cool, and I just love it. It's by My Mind's Eye, and it's called the Lost and Found Collection. And it has a lot of elegant, spooky looking designs that are super cool. Looks kind of old and grungy, and I love how the glitter is like really thick and really vibrant. So it's a lot of fun to work with, and I feel like no matter what you make with it, it's going to look really cool because the paper is just so cool. So I also had the 6x6 pad, which I find useful after my friend Tinley on our design team clued me in. You can use the 6x6 pad for like real small shapes, maybe like this banner here or whatever, because it's the same as the big pad, but everything is shrunken down to a smaller scale. So sometimes it looks really nice on small shapes. So I also got their coordinating buttons and brads, which is really cool. And it also comes with these little guys that you can punch out. Each one of these you can punch out and put on a box. So if I was to make a really simple little box or bag, I could just stick one of those on there with a bow and a button, and it's super cute. So I found myself using a ton of black cardstock, and I have this big package of AC cardstock, and it's all 12 by 12, and it all cuts really well, really clean, and the edges are black too. So on some papers the edges are white because it's white in the middle. It's called white core, but the AC cardstock is always solid core, so it cuts really well in the machine and the edges look really nice. So I have all my pieces cut out to show you how this jar goes together and how the shoe goes together. So let's sit down and take a look. So first let's take a look at our cute little three-dimensional shoe. And we just have two pieces to make up the shoe, and then there's a buckle, and we just need one brad. So I'm going to take this bigger piece first, and I'm going to form the back of the shoe first. I don't think the order really matters too much, but this is just how I have done it, and it's how I like to do it. It's probably pretty self-explanatory. You can really tell where each tab is supposed to be glued. Like if someone was holding you hostage and you had to figure it out, I'm sure you could. Okay, so next we can form the little toe part here with a dot on each of these two little tabs. And just give that a minute to dry. And I'm trying to be extra careful with my glue because on this black cardstock, it is really visible if your glue gets kind of messy. So I'm just trying a little harder here. Okay, so now the rest of these tabs are all going to be glued to the other piece. So let's take a look at our other piece here. Now it's pretty obvious where this is going to go, right onto the bottom. So we're just going to pick a tab to start with here, and eventually all of these tabs are going to get glue on them, and they will get glued to this other piece here. So it's pretty simple. It's just a matter of taking your time and gluing each tab. So I'm just going to work my way around just until you get the idea. I don't think I need to show you every single tab because it clearly fits into place here. Oops, there I go with my messy glue. So just work your way around, gluing each tab down to this bottom piece here, making sure that the corners line up real nice all the way around. And then we're going to put our buckle on top of our shoe here. If you want to put a dot of glue to secure it where you want it, you can, but whatever. And then as you can see here, there's a hole here and a hole there, and we just want to put our brad through those holes and just open it up on the other side. Then the only thing that's left to do is fill it up with some goodies, and you can tie a cute little bow like I've done here. I also took some double-sided tape and a thin piece of black satin ribbon, and it adds a nice little elegant touch, I think. And I also, as you can see on the edges here, it's a little bit, looks like gray. And gray would have been nice, but I don't think I have any gray ink. I actually used this ink pad here, and that added a really nice touch. This is the same ink pad that I used on all my black pieces to make it look grungy. So now for our apothecary jars. They are different shapes, but they basically have the same pieces, so they go together basically the same way. So we've got 3 of these 6-sided shapes here. We've got 6 pieces that look like this, which we can go ahead and fold, and it gets folded like this because it's going to be forming the lid like this. And you can actually take them all in a stack of 6 and fold them all together to save a little time. And then we've got this one big piece here. So this is pretty obvious. We're going to just put some glue on this end tab, and then I'm going to wrap it around to form the bottom of our jar here. Then all I'm going to do is flip it over, put glue on all 6 of these tabs, and then take my largest 6-sided shape and just glue that right onto the bottom. So now we've also got 6 pieces that are shaped like this, and I went ahead and embossed them with this cool cobweb. It's called the A2 Spiderweb Embossing Folder by Paper Studio, which I got at Hobby Lobby. And I ran them through my embossing machine, which is a Big Shot by Sizzix. And then again, I took that ink and I went around the edge of each piece. And you're just going to glue that right in the center of each panel on the bottom. So now I'm going to take my 6 pieces that look like this, and I'm just going to put glue on this top tab here, and I'm going to glue it onto its neighbor. And then I'm going to work my way down just with this tab only, and I'm going to glue them all together with just this tab. So now at this point I could close it up, or I could do the same thing but with this bottom tab. So I'm going to put glue on this and close it up and just work my way around doing the same thing all the way around until all these bottom tabs are glued. So I just glued my final bottom piece in place, and you can see it's taking shape. So now I want to close it up by putting glue on this top tab and on this bottom tab, and just put those in place. I'm having a little trouble with my glue, put too much on, but as long as you get the idea, it's all that matters. Okay, so now I want to be sure that these are nice and dry before I move on to the middle tab. And as you probably guessed, it's pretty simple. We can just put a little flat dot of glue there. And I really need to hold it for a few seconds and let it dry, because the way that it is, there's like tension trying to pull it apart. So if I let go too early, it might get a little funky. So all I'm going to do is the same thing all the way around, just lining up the fold with the edge of the other piece real nicely. So just work your way all the way around the top. So I'm gluing my final little piece here, just shoving my glue tip in there, and as you can see, the whole thing is really taking shape, and the tension's getting a little bit stronger, so I really need to hold this final one until it's completely dry. And then all we're going to do is fold these top tabs over, put a nice thin even layer of glue all the way around, and then there's two 6-sided shapes left. I want to take the larger one and glue that right onto the top and let it dry. And then this little piece is just decorative. You can emboss it like you did before with the other panels, like I've done here. I embossed it and I inked it, and then I just glued it right on. So there you have it, super fun, spooky, elegant Halloween projects. And I hope you have fun making them. And if you do, you'll have to share a picture on our Facebook wall or in our forum or on your blog and share a link to your blog. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time, and happy crafting.
Create some of the hottest new paper projects with digital die cuts from svgcuts.com. SVG Cuts is daffodils, pumpkin pie, advent calendars, paper luminaries, holiday place cards, Thanksgiving decor, pre-designed cards, and scrapbook pages. SVG Cuts is three-dimensional, handmade, functional, inspiring, professional, adorable, whimsical, spooky, classy, and impressive. Browse hundreds of free designs and download new free designs every week. Get inspired in our step-by-step idea gallery and let us walk you through assembling your favorite 3D project. If you love our design, you'll love our customer service. We've got the testimonials and fans to prove it. Get the latest papercraft news from our videos and podcasts, and use our weekly promotions to save on your favorite designs. Load your paper and cut, or get creative with unique combinations all your own. Here's what you'll need to get started: a copy of Sure Cuts A Lot software for your PC or Mac, and one of many compatible cutting machines, such as the Black Cat Lynx, the Pazzles Inspiration, or the Sizzix Eclipse. Learn more by visiting www.svgcuts.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and watch all of our crafty videos on YouTube. It's a world of crafty content with you in the middle. svgcuts.com, inspiring you to live creatively and beautifully.